Good Monday morning. Right after they poured the foundation on the house that Philly and I are building, when we drove up, I was so unprepared for what I was going to see because it has a walkout basement. And so the foundation looked huge, and then there were these foundational walls that held back that red Georgia clay, and then they held back all of the kind of dirt from the first floor, and it was just this huge, massive retaining wall. And I've never built a house before from ground up, so I've never looked at something I was building and been able to see the foundation of like the grid of what it was made of. And when I saw that, I had such confidence that if a storm blew by, that this thing was rock solid, that this was gonna make it. See, nothing matters more in the building of our lives than the foundation we build on. 1 Corinthians 3:11 says, "For no one can lay a foundation other than that which has already been laid, which is Jesus Christ." So, in case we didn't already know, the foundation of this world has already been laid. Jesus Christ is the chief cornerstone of the foundation. So the question just remains is, what are we going to build on? Because he's the foundation that's laid, and we get to choose whether we're going to build on him or not. So that's why I think it's real interesting in the Sermon on the Mount, and this is where we'll start today. The Sermon on the Mount really starts at the end. It doesn't start at the beginning, which is crazy because I have this one friend, and when she's reading a novel, she reads the last page first, which that is wicked. You should not read the last page first, but she does. So don't anybody else do that until we read the Sermon on the Mount. Because the end tells us where we're going in the beginning. And it begins this way in chapter 7 of Matthew, verse 24. "Whoever hears these sayings of mine," meaning everything we're going to talk about from Matthew 5 all the way up to this passage in verse 24:7. "Whoever hears all of these things I've just said and does them, I will liken him to a wise master builder." So Jesus is saying whoever is going to do these things that I'm telling you to do, hear them and then do them. So we're not just hearers alone, we're told, but we're doers of the word. James 1:22 says, don't just listen to God's word. You must do what it says, otherwise you're only fooling yourselves. So this is where it kind of starts. It starts with the foundation that we're going to lay. And Jesus says, I'm the chief cornerstone. I'm the foundation. So if you'll hear the words I'm telling you and then you'll do them, then I'm going to liken you to a wise master builder. And I don't know about you, but in a time and a season and a generation when it feels like more is falling apart than coming together, I want to know that I'm building like a wise master builder. So that's the choice we have today. What kind of foundation do we want to build on? Because the foundation has been laid. It's choosing to build with Jesus Christ and not just being a hearer, but being a doer too. So God is going to invite you to hear something this week, and then he's going to ask you to do it. So be on the lookout for what he wants to do to make you the wise master builder he has called you to be. If your heart was encouraged today, please know that we have many other resources available for you. You can discover all of those at reclaiminghearts.org.